little dick syndrome and do not like all the. Listen, they're going to fail. Until the late 50s, everything in Hollywood was a contract system where you were owned by a studio. You didn't even make much. People finally did their own deal and expanded. That broke that up. And so the answer is everybody just doing their own thing like you're doing right now. Take podcasting. I mean, it's just people in a room talking. People choose what they like. So the system's got to come in and try to hold their thumb down on that because they can't. Because they don't like the very idea of it. So they go, oh, let's censor these idiot David Duke people. No, let's hear David Duke. He's an idiot. He discredits himself. Like, why do I want to censor him? Yeah. Because he's an idiot. And so it's the same.
You're like, let him be an idiot. People will see.
It will expose him.
If you don't even show him, he doesn't have the opportunity to be an idiot. He exposes himself.
Exactly.
Let him talk.
But if you censor him, you make it kind of alluring. Like, why are they censoring him?
Then it gets worse. So first it's him. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to really stand up for the KKK. I don't like them. And then next it's a right-wing guy, or it's a gun group, or it's an anti-war group. And soon, when you didn't stand up for them, that's the American system. So everybody gets to speak.
What I don't understand is, and maybe we're in a different situation, we're very fortunate, we're lucky that we have the freedom that we do, but what I don't understand is, why do successful people who are already financially solvent, right? Like a Colbert doesn't need money, I assume. Jimmy Kimmel doesn't need extra money. Why is it so easy for them to be like, okay, I'll just say whatever you want? That you're already worth tens of millions of dollars.
They get in the groove, and that's what they do.
But what, they just need to be patted on the back? They need to be told that they're great? They need to be invited to the party? Like,
Jimmy Kimmel was famous from The Man Show. He was famous from whatever he did before that.
Here's why it happened. Here's why it happened. This is a big secret, which I only figured out last year. Donald Trump was one of the worst things to ever happen to America.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa!
Hold on. Oh. Bingo, baby. That kind of feels good. Like a massage.
You're good. Okay, go on.
No, seriously. I'm not putting Trump down. Trump meant well, but if you really pull back, the way he radicalized the left, the way he got people, the way
You are sweating a lot. Did you take a COVID vaccine before you came here? What's going on?
Oh man, I'm a fat motherfucker. No, here's the.
Okay, this is good.
This room is really hot.
It is hot.
Yeah, it is hot.
We keep it hot. We keep it nice and hot.
That's you, buddy.
We keep it hot. We gotta keep out those lizards, man. The lizard people.
Lizards
like
like
it.
That's true.
Oh, they like it hot. Uh-oh. Are we outing ourselves? Okay, but go back. So Donald Trump, the way he did, he radicalized.
Well, no, here's the deal. I've learned about Hegelian dialectics.
Okay.
I want a glass in my hair. It's a new thing.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a stripper now. I have like glitter all over me. I'm actually a top stripper.
What's happening in your life?
No, seriously. Here's the deal. There's a big populist movement against globalism. Trump did win the election. He gets in. But then they're able to so panic the left to get them to censor, to get them to attack speech, to get them to go out and do all these horrible things that now they basically escalated American politics to where people aren't even thinking about the actual issues anymore. It's become so tribal, and it wasn't Donald Trump that did it. It was the media that basically built him into this demon and then used that symbol to get all their people on board to doing things that liberals would never say get rid of free speech. I mean, I remember the ACLU would say, I don't agree with the KKK, but we're going to sue this town that won't let them march. Let them march. They get laughed at, yelled at.
Yes.
Now they ban them from marching. Now they ban everybody from marching. And it's very dangerous because who decides who can do that, who decides who can't?
So what you're saying is in the same way that you ban a book and then make it a bestseller, that's what liberals are doing by banning so many people. You're just making them famous.
That's part of it, but
they also use the hatred of Trump to get liberals to go against the very foundation of liberal philosophy.
That's what he just said about it.
Okay, got you.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
And by the way, Schultz, that's how you're a lovable, likable guy. So are you guys. You still have your male fans out there. I mean, that's why they can't sell censoring getting rid of you, because they know you're one of the top comics out there. And everything you do gets like 3, 4, 5 million, 10 million views. So whether you like to admit it or not, the reason Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan are talking about you is because you're obviously going to be one of the top comedians in the country and the world. You already are. So you're like, hey, when did you realize how big you are? We all need to realize how big we are. Every voice is powerful, but yours is really big. And so that's why you've been somewhat left alone. You're innocent and you're successful, and if you turn against them, they got a problem. Just like Joe Rogan. Another great point you made. Joe Rogan, I'm not going to tell the inside baseball, but YouTube really messed with him. He's this nice guy. He tried to work with him. They used him working with him like giving him attention, having guests on, being friendly, dominating more. So he went and had a new deal to go over there. They tried to censor him. He was cool about it. Inside beat him, just came back out and stole control of the show. But he had to go through hell to do that, and now you get to see the real Joe Rogan, who everybody loves even more, who's more populous, more courage, great guest, kicking ass. But he was like more of a cerebral guy than me. I just attack like King Kong when I get fucked with. Joe Rogan like jiu-jitsu'd him, fucking, I guess the word's judo. Use their own attacks on him. That's why Joe was like, oh, I'm dumb. No, he's a smart motherfucker.
Oh, yes. Anybody who says they're dumb is a smart motherfucker.
Probably.
100%.
So, yeah. So, I mean, that's where it comes from, is that Joe loves everybody, like, super. It's not like a fake thing with him. He loves everybody. He's like, why don't we all just come together? Why don't we all just...
He's literally a good guy that got immense power without even wanting it. Like, it's not like his goal is like, I'm going to be the most powerful voice in media.
No, they just kept fucking with him.
No, they kept fucking with him and pushed him to the top. And it was so funny. He hit me once. He was like, dude, every time one of these, like, hit pieces comes out of me, my numbers skyrocket. It's like they don't even realize...
No. More attack pieces, please. And that's the thing is Joe's so nice, he would project himself on things. I've known him like 23 years now. He would project himself. Go, Alex, people aren't that mean. They're not that bad now. He's like past me.
Yeah.
Like where he's like, all he does is research now. He knows everything.
Yeah,
So it's definitely an exciting situation.
He's the
because
best.
if you can, it's not like I told Joe Rogan what to think. He just saw for himself.
Yeah.
You're like, look at this stuff.
I wonder if like those people that like reach out to you, these people that reach out to different folks, like, I wonder if they understand who they can and can't influence. Like, I doubt anybody reached out to Joe and was like, we'd like to control you now. I bet they're like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to control this guy. We just gotta try to like radicalize him or.
No, they just do stuff like,
radioactive.
oh, hi, the YouTube president wants to talk to you. Joe didn't tell me this. I've got these calls like 10 years ago. But then I talked to Joe, and I'm going to give anything away, but it's like, why don't you just try to work with these guidelines? Come on, be a team player. And you're like, and then the minute you halfway get in, they get even worse. So it's like being controlled by a pimp or something. And it's just like, so Joe's like, fuck this, man. I mean, I'm not going to say what he's told me privately. He talks to you even more than me, but I know he loves you. But the point is like, you get that thing as a man where you're like, man, you're not going to fucking enslave me. You're not going to tell me what I'm going to fucking do. But then Joe's smart about it. He's been more like, I mean, here's the deal. New World Order. You radicalize Joe Rogan. You keep fucking pushing, man. You don't fucking stop. Leave us the fuck alone. They radicalize me. I used to be anti-George Bush, and I still am. Anti-war, everything. They call me a right-wing fucking Nazi.
Yeah.
I've been fucking arrested twice by George W. Bush. I'm not a fucking right-winger.
Yeah.
But they don't stop, man. They just lie and attack. They make you get in a position of saying, okay, I'm gonna fucking man up. I'm way fucking smarter than you, and I'm more popular than you. Now I'm gonna run your ass over. Let's go. Fucking go.
And you know what? And here's the thing, and this is how you know it works. It works, right? I'm 37. Akash is 37. Mark, this is the next generation of comedian. Mark is 24 years old. Okay? I can't speak for you, but I imagine you're like, I have to create my own thing. I imagine you're not going, I need to audition and see what the next show on Showtime is or Comedy Central or any of these. I have to create my own thing. And maybe I will do deals with Comedy Central, Netflix, or these things, but I have to create my own thing. Obviously, Mark is integral in this whole process of building everything that we've built here. He co-wrote the Netflix special. So, I mean, but the point is like, the influence of Rogan, the influence of all the guys who have gone independent and built careers is starting to take place in the next generation. The next generation is not going, how do I get on CNN? They're not going, how do I get on Comedy Central? They're going, I want my own fucking shit.
You just said it. That's why you're better than I am at this. Exactly. You just crystallized
That's
it.
true.
Everyone gets it now that it's about being your own person. He's not thinking, let somebody call me some old fucking man, some old white man. What about white people? Bunch of old fucking white people?
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. I'm not going to listen to you.
Dude,
and so that's the deal. Is that he's doing his own deal. That's going to give him pleasure in doing his own deal and seeing that successful.
Yeah.
That's why these guys can't control us. So they think, oh, I'll just scare this guy. I'll scare that guy. I'll mess with Joe Rogan. Tell him what he can say. All he does is create a whole new deal and get 10 times more radical.
Yeah. What do you think, Mark? Do you think that that's something that is specific to you, or do you think other comics your age are also taking that same approach?
No, I think it's generational. That everyone, not even comics, but I just think all content creators. Like the rise of like YouTube and all these other like platforms is like democratized content creators, and they're seeing the further generation. And they go, yeah, let's do that. that's I think it's taking shape.
Because it's not about what old man you gotta go kiss their ass, and who, it's like, hey, people want it, they're gonna buy it.
Bro,
Yeah.
it used to drive me nuts. I would go to these comedy festivals and I would see comics like kissing these executives' asses.
Oh, God, man, same
And
here.
it would fucking disgust me. And I was like, I just can't do it. I cannot do it. There's gotta be another fucking way.
That's what happened to me the times I said I didn't sell out. Like, hey, we're gonna fly out to Hollywood, a jet's coming to pick you up. This is like 18 years ago. And like, I'm on a jet, and I'm like, well, these are the stewardesses, I know they're trying to set me up, I'm not fucking the stewardesses. And I get there, yeah, and it's all like these old men like, like they're patting you on the butt. Like, who's the famous black guy? I've told this story to media, picked it up, and they did a joke. Who's the famous black guy that's like an idiocracy, a bunch of the movies? Who told the story like he's at these executive meetings and the guys are grabbing his dick.
Tim Meadow? He's not idiocracy.
No, who plays the president in idiocracy?
Oh, Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, fucking badass. Terry Crews. He tells that story. Well, I told the story. Shit, I've had Hollywood execs grab my dick 3 times.
Really?
And
Did they like what they felt, or was it like?
I told you it's very small. The point is that
Who grabbed your dick?
well, I'm not gonna say the story. One of them died, a couple. But the point was these were big Hollywood
Say
producers.
the dead dude's name. Who gives a
Who
fuck?
said
He's
the dead
dead.
No, I'm not gonna. The point is